Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about our legacy spotlight tonight. Oh, y'all. A lot of you know her, and then there's probably a lot of you who don't know Maria Napoli. She is a presidential diamond. And I mean, how long have you been with the company? What, 8 years, 7 years, six, nine?
11.
Oh my gosh, 11 years. I knew. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while. So, Maria is, like I said, a presidential diamond. She is in the Millionaires Club, and she has quite the story. And so that's what we're all about tonight. Waiting. I've got the waiting room on. Oh gosh, I wish they wouldn't have that. Anyhow, she has quite a story with her, not only in her business journey, but in her weight loss journey. And in fact, that's how she actually found the business, was through looking for some solutions. So that's what tonight is about. We're about telling your story, Maria. We want to know how you got introduced to It Works, where you were before It Works, and what your journey has been with that. And then we'll bring Rusty on to close this out. And so, we'll take about, give us about 25 minutes or so, and then we'll close it on out. But Maria, welcome to the Legacy
Oh,
Spotlight. Yay!
I'm glad to be here, you guys. I am so humbled and honored. Thank you so much, Mel, for reaching out to me today. It has been, I mean, this is, I'm just speaking from my heart tonight, guys, because I just got back from a whirlwind Walmart thrift store trip this afternoon. So I just got home like 10 minutes ago. But the freedom that this business has given me, that I can just run out to Walmart and just go. And, but thank you. So I'm so glad I get to be here with you guys tonight. I'm so honored, truly, to be a part of this company and what we get to do here. My name is Mary Napoli. I'm from Ohio. And I feel, is there some background noise or something? Are you guys okay? There it goes. Okay. But so I found this wrap back in 2009. And what happened with me in my own personal story was I was always overweight, guys. I was always very obese. My mom catered weddings growing up, so we always had plenty of food to eat. And so, and I was a stress eater, oldest of 4 kids by the time I was 12. And so I was always overweight, always, always, always. And what happened with me personally was I got to a place in my life where I was 28 years old, and my mom had cancer, so I was taking care of her, and I was 360 pounds. And I was at that point in my life where I was like, okay, I know mom has cancers, but if I don't do anything in my life personally to handle this weight issue, because it was more like I was a healthy fat chick. Okay. I was a healthy fat girl. I mean, I mowed acres. I was very active, but I was just never full. So I got the gastric bypass surgery, which was great. I did that right in my mom's cancers. But I had to do something for myself to just do something about it. It was more of a corrective surgery for me. But what I didn't realize during that surgery was that I'd have so much loose skin hanging. So I did have the surgery done, I did have gastric bypass done, and that was great. However, I gained weight back twice. The first time with my son, so I got down to a size 10, but I was like saggy, and I was very pale complexion because my nutrition wasn't good, and working really hard, and that's just where I was at. And that was a long time ago, but I'm 46 now. But so I was 21 when I had it done, and saggy skin. And then I lost weight, got to size 10, gained weight back with Michael. He was worth every pound. I could eat Handel's ice cream at my 3rd trimester, so I did. And then I lost weight again, down to size 16. So one point in my life, right before I found It Works, about a year or so before I found It Works, I actually considered getting all that surgery done. And it was scheduled. I was going in to have it done. It was going to be financed. So it would have put my family into, God only knows, $25,000, $30,000 worth of debt. But I was so desperate for something to get rid of skin. I was actually calling up, you guys are gonna laugh, I was calling up burn units. I'd be like, hey, look, listen, I got some skin for you. You want it? And they're like, no, we do cadavers. It doesn't work. I was like, oh man, shucks, shoot. So, because I had skin on my belly, skin on my thighs, skin on my arms, and just saggy. Because that's what happens when you lose 200 pounds, is that you have skin left over. So I did not have the surgery done. I can show you my arms if you ever want to see me in real person. But what happened was I didn't have it done because my husband had at the time called and said, hey, I've got to come home. He was in the military, and I'm coming home. And I didn't have the surgery done at the time. So I was like, okay, fine, you come home. And then turns out I was moving 2 weeks later to El Paso, Texas. And I wasn't ready for that back in 08. I wasn't ready for that. But I found the wrap in 09. And what happened was someone handed me a brochure that had a laundry, it was like a laundry line. I know you remember this piece, Melody. It was a laundry line with like pictures on it of like, you know, flabby arms, flabby belly, skinny belly. And I saw this brochure, and this amazing woman named Patricia, thank you, Patricia, handed it to me. And she said, here, check this out. She was there doing something else at the PX. So I said, okay, I'll go home, check it out. So I looked at that website 13 times. And I said, no way, no way. A wrap that tones up skin. A wrap that tones up skin, really? If that really works, I'm going to want to wrap myself everywhere. And I'm going to want to wrap every person I know, because if something here is, like, you guys, I was so desperate to get rid of that skin. I was willing to go into I slept at the time. I was willing to go into $30,000 in debt to get rid of the skin, but I would have been covered in scars, you guys. And that's this crazy surgeon. Check out how God is good. This surgeon wanted to do all that surgery in one day. He wanted to do my arms, my abs, my thighs, and he threw in some, you know, I don't know, chest at the last minute. Hey, get those done too. Okay, so I was gonna have all this crazy surgery done in one day. I don't even know if I would have even survived that surgery, guys. I mean, seriously, that sounds crazy, right? He was like, oh yeah, you'll be under anesthesia for 8 hours. I don't even know what would have happened to me. And I'm so grateful and thankful that God worked it out to where I didn't have that surgery done, because, and I was sad, guys. I was mad. I was like, really? Fine. Because what happened was I ended up in El Paso, Texas. I was a size 16 when I was in Ohio, but I blew back up to 254, size 22 in El Paso. So before I found the wrap, I was back up to size 22. I thought I'd always be overweight. I thought I'd always be miserable. I thought I was depressed. I was bored there too, because I was an Army wife at the time and I had no job. And I wasn't happy. It was awful. I was eating lots and lots of chocolate chip cookies and tortillas, and margaritas takes good in the desert too, and that not good. So I blew back up, and I thought I'd always be overweight. And if it wasn't for It Works, I wouldn't have the life I have now. I'm down to a size 6'7" now. My arms are toned up. I don't know, you can't really see them through my sweatshirt, but I have not had any plastic surgery at all whatsoever. And I'm grateful and thankful that I didn't, because even if I did have all that surgery done, it would have been $30,000 at least, plus financing, who knows? And I would have had scars everywhere on me. And because I didn't have the surgery done, and for some reason I had to wait, I found the wrap when I was in El Paso. I found the wrap when I was stuck on an RE base thinking, oh my God, is this all life is going to be? And I started just wrapping tummies. I got trained up. I started wrapping tummies, and we started doing wrap parties. And I just started. And, but then what happened was I had to move from El Paso to North Carolina, and I took a break. I was like, you know what? I can't do this right now. I took a break, and I turned off everything. But here's what happened. My dear one, Carrie Gabriel, got started in the business again. And we moved so fast from El Paso, like, because that's how military can be sometimes. Like, we didn't even know. Like, we're gone. I quit. And Carrie started the business again because another miracle happened. You know, the first miracle was I found the wrap on a chance meeting with Patricia at the PX. Chance meeting. Like, she slipped me the brochure, and she was like, here, don't tell anybody, because she was only supposed to be doing one thing there. I was like, okay, cool, I won't. And I checked the website 13 times, and I was like, if this can work, I'm going to just wrap the planet, like, if this really, really works. And then, hi, Rusty. And then I got nervous because Rusty's here. But then what happened was this wrap actually did work, and I just started. So I took a break, and I came back because Carrie came on board. But then Tina Hatcliffe landed in El Paso, Texas, trained up Carrie. Carrie got going, and praise God every day. I mean, I'm so grateful and thankful for Tina. I'm so grateful and thankful for Carrie, and I'm for bringing me back in, because I was at a point in my life where, yeah, we moved from El Paso. He's out of the military. I don't have a job. And he does get some disability and some VA, but that's not enough to do anything with. And I was looking at getting a job, and all I wanted to make was $400 a month just to do groceries, because I was down to a $50 a week budget for 4 people. And I was doing coupons, which sounds cool, but that's all Jimmy Dean sausage stuff and freezer stuff. And I was actually getting sicker and fatter trying to save money on groceries with coupons than just trying to figure out a way to make, then I was trying to figure out a way, I just got to make extra money. So, but I couldn't leave my family for $5 an hour, $7 an hour. I couldn't do it. I was like, no, I can't do that. What am I going to do, God? What am I going to do? And that was when Patricia started reaching out to me. Praise God. She reached out to me in February and March. And by March, I was like, February was like, I don't know. I don't need it. This is back in 2011. I took a break, guys, from 09 to 11. I took a break. Did the business a little bit. Loved the products, but just took a break. Didn't know what I had my hands on. I didn't understand. I didn't understand the leverage part of this business. I didn't understand that I could build a team and help them and that would help my business. I didn't understand what I had my hands on. So if you're on this thing tonight and you're like, maybe you took a break or maybe it didn't work for you or whatever, get with your upline person and tell them, show me that diamond chart. Because when I saw the diamond bonuses in that, so this is what happened. Trish calls me in February 2011 and she's like, hey, your team's doing great. I was like, yeah, whatever. She said, what are you going to do? I was like, I don't know. And I was still rehabbing a house, 1 gallon of paint at a time. We're still rehabbing, selling stuff on Craigslist, trying to make it buy. And then March, she called me again. She said, Maria, your team did $7,000 worth of business. And I was like, what? They did $7,000 worth of business? Oh, how'd they do that? What'd they do? And then I said, how much would I have made? And she was like, I don't know, $200 or $400. And I was like, wait, that's a job at Walmart. Wait, my team is doing something. Okay, and I messaged Carrie and talk to her a little bit. Hey, girl, how are you? What are you doing? And then she said, Maria, go to a training. Get plugged in, go to a training. So there's this global training happening in April 2011. I believe it was April 28th, give or take. It was at the end of the month, and I got there, and I had a team with me. I had people with me that came in because I just started wrapping tummies. I just got so excited that I just started talking to people out in the world. Didn't even have a Blitz card. Our Blitz card used to be the size of plates. I didn't have any of those, but I was like, okay, I got to wrap people. So I put posts on Facebook, and at the time we did Craigslist, but we can't do Craigslist anymore. Don't do that. But that was way 10 years ago. Don't do that. But I did that, and I met people that wanted to wrap. And I just started advertising on Facebook, and I just started advertising, and people started reaching out to me because they wanted that. And I just started. And then I met people that wanted to do it, and Carrie got going, and I helped her, and we got other teams going. And before I knew it, I knew what I was doing. But I went to that training, and I learned what a diamond chart was. So guys, there's this rate called diamond, and there's these little bonuses. They're huge bonuses in there. And see, my grocery budget, when I saw this chart, my grocery budget was $50 a week. There was no, I had no career aspirations. I was an Army wife prior, and prior to that, I was rehabbing houses and a loan officer. And prior to that, I was a daycare provider working with my mom in daycare. And then then being between that and that, I took care of my mom who had cancers. I mean, I had no career. I have no college degree, but I knew that if I could make $400 a month doing something, that I wouldn't have to get a job at Walmart or a retail store and leave my family for $7 an hour. And I could try to figure it out. And I just started. So I started selling wraps, and I just started wrapping tummies. And I started loving on people. I started sharing this with people. I had nothing, guys. I had nothing. But I started sharing that because I believed, because when I went to that training, and we have so much training available now, that you can see Mark and Cindy. And I met Rusty and Mel and Tina and Bubba and Blair. And I met people that were doing it. And I got inspired. And I said, okay, I'm going to do this. And I had my diamond done in a month, didn't I? Had a diamond done one. I did have Carrie that was there. Yes. Thank you so much, Carrie. And then I found people that wanted to do it too. And we went diamond the next month because I knew what a diamond chart was. And these little $80 bonuses, I figured if I can just get one of these a week, if I just get one a week, that's my grocery budget done for the week. If I can just get one of those budgets, that generates within that diamond, within our compensation plan. So it's a diamond coded bonuses, and get with your person about that. And she'll tell you about that. Because when I saw that, I said, I want that money. I don't care. Because I couldn't get a job, guys. I couldn't get a job to leave my family for $7 an hour. It just wasn't going to be worth it to do that. So I started. And then you start, and you start, and you start, and you start. And I went from distributor to triple diamond from April 2011 to October 2011, had my triple diamond done. And then a year or so went by. We had some stuff happening in the company, which was amazing growing pains. And then the next year, we went presidential, and now we're in the Millionaire Club, and it just changed everything in my life, in my kids' life. My kids have never seen me have a job. I've been self-employed since I was, 25. I had a job for a little bit after my mom passed away. It was a nursing home. I was too happy. They had to get rid of me. I was silverware. They didn't like it and whatever. So anyways, and they were like older people who were mad at being old. And I was kind of like a little salty because my mom didn't get to do that. So anyways, it's all good. So, but that was the only job I had. Everything else I've been self-employed. So God's always finding a way. But with this business, what I've found along, and so here we are, let's fast forward. Okay. 2020, 2017, 16 happened, and I ended up being a single mom, and I didn't know I was going to be a single mom. I thought I was, like a lot of women do. You think you're building something forever, and sometimes people change their minds on life, and you make a decision, whether that's healthy or not. And I chose to make a decision to leave a marriage of 15 years. And this business helped me to do that. This business enabled me to lickety-split buy a house in my home state where I come from and reunite with family and friends again, and new friends now. This business enabled me to be a single mom, and I've been here every single day for my son, who's now 14 years old. And I've been able to be here when I was there for them before, and I never had a job, guys. And now I've been able to be a stay-at-home single mom, making a very, very, very good income. And that's been we don't know when life is going to hit us. You don't know. And I didn't know that when I was looking at this It Works business in 2009 for just a tummy wrap and some fat fighters, that was a cool product. Right? Eat pizza, eat fat fighters. It was wonderful. Helped me lose weight. I actually ended up going from a size 22 down to size 6. I think I'm a size 6 now. And I've maintained the whole way with these products. That's huge for me, because you can lose weight all day, but if you can't maintain it, what's the point? Right? So we have products that help to maintain and feel good along the way. And I felt wonderful. So here we are 11 years later. Not quite a single mom anymore. I do have someone in my life now who's incredible. And, but still I'm home. Every day I'm home with my kids. Every day I'm home with Michael, and he sees me at home. And I work, a little bit here, a little bit there. And I've always worked this business in between my kids' schedules. I've always worked this business either early in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, in between the phone hits. But I've always been at my kids' things when I'm home. There was a little point in our career where, this is a career now, Mel. We've been here for 11 years. I guess it's a career, right? Oh my gosh. But there was some point in my career here where I did travel a lot. But all the same, I was still there, and I was able to travel all over the place because of this business. And I've led a lifestyle because of this business, because of It Works. I've led a lifestyle that I never even thought in a million years that I would even be able to live, to be able to be at home with my kids, 6-figure income all the time. What? Thank you, Jesus. But to be home with them. And then they got to see me. And so now their dreams are so much bigger than mine ever were. And they know they can do anything because mom did this. And I still do this business. And this business is still paying me. And during the time, I used to teach this from the stage before my life went sideways. And that could happen at any time. That could happen with taking care of a parent. That could happen with having kids. We never know when our life is going to take us. I love you too, Natasha. We never know when our life is going to take a turn. I got shivers. You just don't know. And so I used to teach from the stage a couple years before all this junk happened. I used to teach, this is like life insurance for when you're living. Because you can build this around a job if you have a career. You can build this around your career and have a second income coming, which you want that. Because, especially, and then the COVID happened and so many people losing their jobs and they're looking for something else to do. I'm still selling Skinny Brew. I'm still selling coffee, but it's on my time. right? Isn't that what we all want? Is we all want our time? That's the most precious thing we have on earth, is our time. And so what this business does is that you work this business when you can, because as long as you run your auto ship, you're at 150. I prefer to do both. Don't mess with your money. Okay. As long as you do those things and you have a team growing, you have a paycheck coming in, whatever it is, wherever it is where you're at. And that has been the biggest blessing for me and my family, that I've been able to take them out of an unhealthy situation, right? And then have a situation where this thing is still paying me. And so this is life insurance for when you're living, because there's going to be a time in your life maybe comes along where you can't work you can't work. Well, what are you going to do? Well, I run an auto ship for wraps and greens, or now it's kitty coffee and confianza, or TFX and carb. I mean, I'm on everything, guys, the face pads, whatever. I'm on the skincare, everything. It's not hard. And it's $100 a month. And because that makes me commission qualified, then I get my paycheck. And I still get customers in. I still have distributors coming in and all that. But this is what I've been doing for income, sole source of income, for 11 years. It has been an absolute blessing. And it's just, I'm healthier than I've ever been in my life. I'm 46 years old, guys. I'm 46 years old. I'm at 152. I'm strong because I do yoga once or twice a day. But I have that freedom, that time freedom. And that's really what you're building with the Knitworks business. Yes, it's products. Yes. Yes, it's team members. Yes. Yes, it's customers, and we love everyone. And the last couple of years, that's really the last couple, 5 or 6 years, I've just literally shared the love of what this business can be and is for people. And I've just shared the love, and they make up their own mind whether they want to try the products or they want to give the business a whirl. But I share the love. And as often as I can, I share the love. And it's just what has happened in our world and in our business. So I don't know. I smile all the time because we're good. You know, there's house payments in the bank, and that's freedom, guys. Like, how wish I have like 6 house payments in the bank? You can have that. Tell people about this. It's a life change.
It's awesome. It's awesome, Maria. I love your story because, you know, you show, I think a lot of people think sometimes that they have to do it all, that they have to be the one that finds that superstar person. And I love your story because you have superstars on your team that you didn't personally bring in.
No.
Somebody else did.
Yes.
You know, you guys, Jeree Canella is on her team.
Yes.
And Chad. And she's got Carrie Gabriel. You know, she's got Natasha that's over there in Hawaii that's just knocking it out of the park. And that's the beauty of what we are doing. You don't know who is going to come into your business. Mm-hmm. And the great news is they don't necessarily have to be somebody that you personally brought into the business. Mm-hmm. I mean, we'd love for everybody we personally brought in to take off like a rocket, but that's not always the case. And so it's good to know that as long as it happens somewhere in your business, mm-hmm. and let's say 3 of your legs, which you go all the way to ambassador with 3 good, strong legs. Yeah. But as long as you can find 3 quality people somewhere in 3 separate legs, boom. Yeah. So to me, why would you ever give up? Mm-hmm. You know, continue to work on you, continue to work on yourself so that you are bringing in quality people. You know, don't be afraid to interview people. Don't be afraid to you know, share your love of the product and let them decide whether or not they want to be a distributor or they want to be a customer, or if they're going to do nothing. Mm-hmm. But if you have to beg them to be a distributor, they're not who you're looking for. Yeah. Make them a customer. That's and right. If they don't want to do that, that's okay too. Next. That's right. Right? There's plenty of that. Yes. Yes. So Rusty, take us home, hun.
Well, a couple of things, and Marie, your story always touches me and has for many, many years. And first of all, the guy I put in the first day from Tennessee, Melanie McFarland, showed up on my 6th level. Now, I'll tell you how powerful a compensation plan is before I get into how proud I am of Marie and several points and things that stood out to me. But everybody quit between me and Melody. um, we have full compression that we wrote into the comp plan to start with, and that's in your generations in your unit level. Now Melody's first level to us, which brought Marie up from us. I had no idea who Marie was until there was a Tina Hatcliffe that come in right after Melody. And then there become everybody else. And there was a Marie, and then there's a Chad and Dree, and all that strong leadership shows up. And we had many times that we could have said, I'm just going to quit. This is just getting too hard. And like she said, there's a couple growing pains that we went through. Actually, Melody and I've been through 3 major growing pains. And we're getting ready to go into the biggest run. I promise you to God, out of every time we went through completed the growing pain, we took a jump like you would not believe. That starts to create the millionaire Maria. That starts to create the just right there ready to go. I promise you, we're on the backside of it. You're going to have the best last part of this year, better than we've ever had it, period. It's already shaping up. It's already happening. What stands out about me to Maria, she was looking for something. It Works Global created a solution, but more than one solution. She just wanted to get rid of some skin and some weight. And not only that, everything else she'd been praying for, the grocery bill, it started to happen. Then Marie started to believe in herself. And then through all the hard knocks, she determined she would not quit. And out of that would not quit, she got really focused on her why. And when she got focused on her why, she continually showed up every day, the good, the bad, the ugly, all the corporate growth that we've had, all the adversity went through. And as the corporates begin to grow to the next level, everybody, if you're going to get stronger to go to the next level, you got to go through the growing pains. If you're not going through growing pains, you're not getting any stronger. You have just settled for mediocrity. Don't ever settle for mediocrity. And the thing that was just said, if you've got to beg somebody to get in business with you, stop selling those people a program. If you sell them, you have to beg them to do it. Melanie and I, we pretty much know about that from the early days. We were so excited about where we were going and the visions that we had because of what we were seeing happen. And a lot of people wanted to jump in, but they want to jump in a minute, not in it to win it. Every time you go to the next level, I remember when they introduced Maria on the stage and she hit the Millionaires Club. Every time one of our team does it, I feel this. I'm not a crier, but the tears well up in my eyes, and I get this overwhelming feeling. This when they announce you to come into that club with us is a big deal to us. That feeling that you get all over to know that by us not quitting, we've impacted somebody else's life. But here's where the key is. Not only did we impact some lives, but she impacted lives to get there. And it's really cool. I think we have the largest millionaire club in direct sales is what I understand. And I'm really proud of all of you. But that's not why I'm excited about the millionaires. They've put in the work. They put in the work and they work really hard. It's the impact of this team of impact people that has impacted the mommy that needs $400 a month for groceries. They need $600 and maybe a few more house payments. They need a little bit of money where they just continually show up because we have a dream and a vision that we're going to impact that person's life. That don't. And I look past every distributor that we have, and we got a hell of a big team. When I start hearing about her son, 14 years old, and we've kind of watched the kid grow up and her being a full-time mother, the full-time provider. And as we start to change the course of history and you help that one person and they got kids that are growing up, you're impacting that child's life. And a statement she just made, they never seen mommy have to go to work. She's instilled the entrepreneurship mindset in him, and he will never be satisfied working for $6, $8, $10, $20 an hour. He's going to come out and it could be the very next kid that creates a world phenomenon that goes out because he's been trained in that area. He's not been programmed by society and been programmed by a school system. It teaches you a curriculum to teach you how to be a damn good employee. No, mama stood up against the marriage, against the weight, against the adversity. Mama has conquered all of it, and she's instilled this greatness in this kid. He don't know he can't fail. He don't know he can't go out and become a millionaire. You know why? Because I'm pretty sure you broke some generational curses in the family, and you go from where you are to where you go. Just like we were the first millionaires in our family that I'm aware of. And, you know, when they said, after all the people, that ain't going to work, you're wasting your time. You left the bank. Oh, we knew you could do it. Oh, really? And you're still punching a friggin' clock.
Yeah.
So Maria, out of all the notes I took, the roller coaster ride, the emotional eating, all the stuff you went through, and it was just phenomenal that you just turned to food and not other things. But I've seen you grow as a leader. I've seen you grow as a mother. I've seen you impact people's lives in the last 11 years along the way. Every time I saw you, heard you speak, it was always something of value that enriched people's life, that impacted them to spur them on to go. Never quit. Let's do it. Why? Your why was so strong. It is so compelling. It creates a molecular emotional transfer of that molecular energy from you to them. And when you get good at telling your story, sharing your story, not selling a story, you've got to develop and share a story. And every day we're working on our stories, we're developing, because between now and in the morning, I promise you, ask Mel, we're still developing a story, because Melanie and I've showed up for almost 20 years, every Tuesday and Thursday night, except for a couple my father was done, when I too had to go through some adversity and unplug him myself and sit there 37 days in a hospital, because we had built a business, because we had a dream and a vision. We wanted to be a full-time family. And therefore, when it hit, we was able to take care of it. We all got those stories. And they're all real, and they are hurtful. But I would rather have my story where I'm sitting than some other people in my family that had to show up to a job every single day and didn't have the audacity nor the wherewithal or the finances to say, I ain't showing back up till we get this problem taken care of. Well, Maria, they're in regret today.
Right.
And what I want to tell y'all, Maria, Melly, everybody on this Zoom, your teams, how much I truly love you, how much you truly mean to me. They look at Mel and I, we've done it a long time. Hell, we wouldn't be here without y'all. Y'all are the real superstars, the rock stars. Everything, when Mel talks about the rock stars and all the stuff we went through, it is you guys that made us look good. It is you guys, we win as a family, we win as a team. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Without your why and your compelling story, us working together as a well-oiled unit, It Works wouldn't be here. You're the heartbeat and the fuel that makes this company run. We got one of the greatest leaders in direct sales of all time. He's got a great coaching career behind him, and he come in and he's always innovated. He ain't never going to go with the crowd. He said, I don't like running in the pack, because I'm always looking at somebody else's rear end. I want to go a different way and lead the pack and lead my people in a different direction. And he's done very well at that, and things that are coming that's going to take you to the next level. But you're going to have to really define the why. That why is going to have to become like a Maria, the emotional why. And if you've got kids, and that, I don't care if they're grown. My daughters are grown. They're still daddy's little girls. But that is the emotional trigger that will put the warrior blood in me. Do y'all know what fuels the warrior's blood? It is unconditional love. The love for your family, the love for each one of you, the love that we can show you, the support that we can help you with, the encouragement every single day that you can send somebody, just that you're special, you're worth it, your children are worth it, and we're going to do this together. See, here's what happens with a team. We're going to either win or lose together. And I got to tell you this about Maria and Mel. Hell, they don't know how to lose, because they won't quit. They don't know how to accept defeat, because they won't quit. I've never heard a damn one excuse by either one of these ladies. Never. It ain't what we gonna, no, it's how we gonna get it done. If there's a problem, there's 3 or 4, 6 or 8 solutions that they're bringing to us to conquer this problem. Because they're women of impact. They're women of integrity. They're women that is going to be a conqueror. They don't let nothing stop, because they won't quit. So I believe that you're at the right place at the right time on the right team. The longest running, most winningest team in this company and in direct sales is right here. You're on it. You're part of it. Period. The numbers are reflected. And you know what? That's not saying it to brag. That's just telling you how proud I am of each one of you and how much I truly, unconditionally love you. If you didn't hear it today, and through this craziness of an election year, who cares about them friggin' politicians? And this little COVID deal, they've had us shut up like we're prisoners in our own home. Since I've been stuck here since February, but I've kind of learned to like it. Robin makes my coffee every morning. Duke, my dog, he lays at my feet while I sit here and work at the kitchen table. I tell people, hey, have 3 sips with me. It's early in the morning, and I'm at the kitchen table. We're coming on back home. So what I want to tell you, come on home for what really means something to you. Come on home. Home is where it's at. Home is where the love is, where the foundation is. Home is where you make it. Maria talked about she's traveled and this, that, and the other as an Army wife, and she went over there, and now she's back home. She said she'd come back home because of this business and being able, no college education. She could go to work at Walmart or whatever, but she become a millionaire anyway against all odds. She determined to do it because she was going home. Home is where your foundation is. Home will take you anywhere you want to go when you get the right mindset. And I've made up my mind. I too am going to break all the generational curses. I too am going to define my why. I too deserve to be on that stage with the rest of us in the Millionaires Club. It ain't nothing more than one thing. If you didn't hear how she grew her story, how she shared that story, how the passion kept growing in her voice, that I too deserve to be there. And you know what? I had a couple hard times and all the stuff at a single mommy. And all the stuff she went through. And I hadn't heard a story that really tops that story, being a single mother, and I still become a millionaire. I'm in the Millionaires Club, and I have this 6-figure annual income, and on her way to a 6-figure monthly income. And one key element, my team is working. The leverage she talked about and leveraging through the success of other people. See, I'm going to say this, I'm done, Mel. Is there's a biblical principle that governs all of us. Maria knows about it. Melody knows about it. Most of you know about it. It's called the law of reciprocity. And Mel and I talked about this many, many times when we first got acquainted. And Blair and them would come over, and Cindy and Mark and Pam, they would all fly in. The law of reciprocity states, if I come into your life and I help make something of consequence happen, I show you the way. It only reciprocates back into my life. So the more people I go out and help, the more it reciprocates back into me, the more people I go out and help, and then the people of impact that help, it comes right back into me. And so you have something here that impacts people in many, many ways. See, she's impacted her family. Actually, Maria's impacted her great-grandchildren. She hadn't realized that yet. He's 14. He'll be 28 before long, just like my kids. And next thing you know, you'll have great-grandchildren to be looking at that big picture over the big family estate fireplace. And Maria's going to be sitting on a big white horse where she just come in from quail hunt with a double-barrel shotgun over her shoulder. And they're going to say, that was my grandmama. That was the woman that went out against all odds, against being a wife, against an army wife, against, he left us, against all the health conditions. She made up her mind. I'm not going to participate in this any longer because of her. And she, the why, and the unconditional love for others in our family, she done it. Now we get to live like we deserve because of my grandmother. Today I just got something in the mail that my grandfather had him to send to me at this time. Everything that the firstborn, the rightful firstborn, is supposed to get. I got every record, everything that was important to me as the 4th generation firstborn showed up today, and it was so many years after his death, and it arrived today, and I was floored. Because of them laying the foundation for me, giving me this drive, giving me this drive I've got to win because I love my team. Y'all are like family to me. And we ain't going to quit. What is that? I can't even spell. That's the word of my father. I'm dyslexic. He gave me a razor blade when I was in the 1st grade. He said, now this is your dictionary, but these are the words we're cutting out. They're no longer part of your language. You do not understand what these words, they have no meaning in your life. And quitting and procrastination was 2 of the words I remember. And you know what? I promise you this, by gracious. Between now and mid next year, back to back, this will be the #1 network marketing company in the world. We'll have more distributors, more customers. We're already kicking everybody's butt, but back to back, we can't do it without you, but back to back, we're going to take this to the life that you believe you deserve, and you're going to have to get in, define the why, and raise the elevation of what you believe and what you believe you deserve, and you can't keep hanging around a bunch of damn penny stock people because they're not going anywhere. You know, the reason Bentley and Ferrari don't advertise and they don't let you test drive their cars, because the caliber of those people show up, they write the checks for those cars because they know what they are and they believe they deserve them. You got to quit being like a little Prius. Now that poor little Prius that you bought got test drove 100 times because they have to advertise to those particular people. All I'm telling you with that is raise your standard. Raise the standard of who you believe you are. When you do that, you're going to start to what? You're going to raise the action, and you're going to define the why. And I promise you, as that why grows and you cannot go back to where you were because now you've raised the standard. That means you're going to have to walk away from some people. But every time you raise your standard and walk away from some, God is going to bring, like Mel said, I ain't selling you. No, he's going to bring you the right people in your life. Mel, is this true?
Absolutely true. So true. Wow. What a great,
I love you.
yes, we love you too, Rusty. And Maria, thank you so much for
Thank you.
sharing with us tonight. I'm telling you, that was very inspiring. And I hope that it brings a lot of people a little bit better perspective, maybe another way to look at this, that there's no reason to feel a hope less. There's so much reason to feel hope and to be hopeful, because if you just continue to be consistent and you don't quit, you are going to have the right people that come into your business, and it's going to take off whether you want it to or not. You won't be able to handle it. You won't be able to control it. And that's the exciting part. It's just going to go crazy. And that's what happened to me. It's what's happened with Rusty. It happened to Maria. It's happened to every single one of us that have been able to have a big team. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. It was all of us together. Everybody just doing little bits here and there creates a huge team. So Maria, thank you so much for being a part of our team, for just continuing to fight the fight and to be there. I appreciate you so much. All right. So we love you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Good night.